Hey y'all, it's the last part of our wonderful conversation. We hope that you guys enjoy some of our final thoughts.
Now, as we kind of draw to a close, I want to gather you guys' thoughts and start with the Coopers. What would you say to a newly engaged couple or newly married couple when it comes to the difference in opinions of having kids and starting a family? Like, what would you tell someone?
Like if like somebody wants kids and somebody doesn't.
Yeah, like if they want kids, or like if one of them says, I want to, like Tam said, I want to start right now. Like they might both want kids, but at different times. What would you tell them?
What? Oh,
You first, you
for the
first.
first one, if one wanted kids and one didn't, I mean, for me, I'd be like, well, we ain't meant to be together then. Because I mean, that's kind of like that's one of those big.
Yeah.
That's one of those. That's big enough to not waste each other's time. Like let's
Right.
just not even play this. Like you, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make somebody have a kid. So like we just don't even waste each other's time. But if the timing isn't right, I think you can work through that. Like I think
Hmm.
Tam mentioned earlier, like just try to find a compromise that just works for both people. Maybe we can meet in the middle somewhere.
Hmm.
Or maybe we can set some kind of milestone. Like, okay, once we have this amount of money saved up, because I know a lot of times it's a money thing, but set some kind of milestone that we can be like, all right, if we hit this milestone in 1 year or we hit it in 4 years, this is the milestone. You know what I'm saying? And we can kind of go from there. I think I would kind of approach it that way. And if y'all can agree to terms on that, then cool. And if not, then maybe, need to reconsider your engagement if you're engaged at that point.
Mhm.
That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
mean, you ain't married till you married. I tell people that all the time. Now, I ain't saying that in a way you can just go around and just, be doing anything, but there ain't no point in you sitting around. I can't, a pet peeve of mine is a girlfriend and boyfriend just fussing and fighting like you married. Like, bro, y'all can literally just break up. What's happening? Like,
Right.
just break
And
up.
it
What is
ain't
all
formal
the
nothing.
Yes.
just
Yes.
break up.
Mhm.
that's the 13 years talking.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not at that young in the game. You can figure things out a lot faster if you just kind of settle in on what you really want, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mhm.
But like that transition just into just from engagement to being married and all of that stuff. I think sometimes it's important to really zone in on what's compromise and what's submission
Ooh.
Mm.
Come on, babe. Come
Talk about
on.
it.
because
Right.
Come on, daughter.
marriage is full of submission. It's full of
Come on.
submission. Submitting
Yes.
to him and him submitting to her. So I think it's important to really zone in on what that looks like in a healthy way.
Hmm.
Because if we grew up around some people that all they did was compromise, 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 commit, you can be blind to what submission is. And submission is what upholds a marriage.
Yes.
That's a foundation. That's a foundation. So,
Wow.
and I think just really just being open to what that looks like in a 2025 marriage. What does that look like for y'all, or for us, so going in and like, I don't want to have kids right now, but can we wait? That's all of that is great. That's submission. That's submission. So where I feel like it kind of falls into compromises when you just really don't want it, but you're just doing it. So I think just finding a healthy balance in between the two, because you're gonna have to do both. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to deal with both, but finding a healthy balance between compromise and submission. And I don't want to put a label on that because that looks different for everybody.
You be
Hmm.
submitting, babe.
Like it looks different for everybody. It looks different.
It does.
And I thought, like,
That's
as you were
good.
speaking, I was like, submission is not a doormat. Like, that doesn't mean that you can walk all over me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
No, that's
and
true.
that's the mentality that some people feel submission is, and why they fear submission in marriage, because they don't know the true
Yeah.
biblical definition of submission. And as
Mm-hmm.
the man is the head of the house, period. That doesn't make you weak to submit to the head of the house.
Mhm.
You got to know your role. You have to know your lane. And my job is to support him. I could be a leader on my professional job, but in my house, I'm not leading him. I'm like, what you want me to do, babe? Like, you lead us, because if I married you, I trust you enough to submit to your leadership as you submit to God.
Right.
As you
And that
submit to
also don't
God.
mean it's not right.
Yes, that part.
And it's also
That part.
it's like it's moments to where, Tracy will take lead in some areas, and it's like that's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't have to be in control of everything of all that goes on in the house. Like, if she come to me about something, we'll talk about it. I'll be like, well, babe, this sounds like it's passionate to you.
Just
It
wait, baby.
means a lot. Like, go ahead, you can run point on that. Like, it's not a big thing. You know what I'm saying? I think people get a lot of those words and kind of roles confused sometimes, but it's not like I don't have to be, I don't have to rule with a iron fist or whatever the word is, whatever the saying is. It's kind of like
Right.
let's
But
work. I mean,
that's the biblical
we're
side of
yeah
it. Like,
yeah yeah
you
yeah
really have to understand the biblical side of it. Like, it's not saying you are the ruler of the house. You just the head. You are the
mm-hmm,
head, and
mm-hmm.
how y'all communicate, how you do your household is how you do your household as the Lord leads you. Because that's the biggest thing.
Right.
Yeah.
As the Lord.
Husbands,
Yes.
submit to the Lord.
Unto the Lord. Hallelujah.
Amen.
All right.
You ain't
Did
answer.
anybody have any? What? Huh?
Who?
I said Tammy
What?
Don ain't answer.
We ain't answer that.
Mm-mm.
Wait.
Advice to newlyweds if like that one doesn't want it and maybe one does.
Oh.
I mean, I was definitely with Tristan, like when you was like saying, hey, if one person doesn't want it and one person does, you might as well go and break up. Like, don't even waste that time. Time don't like it when I talk about exes. But when I was in high school, I broke up with a girl because she ain't celebrate Christmas. We had a conversation that night. I'm like, I don't do Christmas. I'm like, I do Christmas. Well, there it is. So like we broke up that night, and it was on Uber.
Don. She could have been the one.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm sorry.
Christmas is a deal breaker over here. I love
I'm about
Christmas.
to say, right. I was like, oh, all right. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. All right.
That is good
That's
to me.
hilarious.
So,
That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
I agree with that. I do have one more question. And then
Go ahead, shoot.
okay. We've talked all the great things of marriage to parenthood, but what advice would you give new parents? Um, that's not on what I sent y'all, but I was just thinking about this as we were talking, because we're saying a lot of great things about how we do it together as a couple, but it's not just us. We're also our families are intertwined with that as well. So, what advice would you give to new parents, or what did you learn about family units once you had kids, like that dynamic?
not cookie cutter.
Mm.
Everyone's situation is going to be different, so you have to embrace your own personal journey and don't compare your family to another family or what you experienced growing up. Just enjoy your journey.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's good.
I would say the same thing, because a lot of the times You can be looking at somebody else's marriage or how they run their household, and you be like, oh, well, so and so do that. But you don't know what it took to get to that, or you don't know what happens behind closed doors, or you don't know how she treats him or he treats her, or vice versa. So a lot of the times it's just like run your race, and then God will gift you and bless your home and do things for you that you could never imagine when you just concentrate on your own garden and continue to grow that. So I think that that's the beautiful thing. And then for me, growing up, I was raised in a single parent home. It was just me and my mom. My dad, I love my dad. Like, he sent me them checks, so thank you. He sent me them checks, but I always wanted to be married. Like, I fantasized marriage. I tell people all the time, Disney got me. Like, I thought it was just gonna be, rainbows and, cotton candy, and it's not. But you have to work to it. You have to grow through it. You have to love through it. You cry through it, but pray, pray, pray. I'll tell every wife, if your prayer life don't reach Jesus, like, that is a main thing. But I just, to bring it back full circle, is you, your spouse, your household. If you put that first, you put God first, hey, everything else fall into place.
Absolutely. Coopers.
You want to go first?
I can go first. I think I got two key things.
Me too. See if it's the same too.
Um, my first thing is get off social media.
Oh.
Get off social media. It is fake. It's fake.
I thought about that one, but
like, nobody is doing these things as perfect as they are portraying themselves to be.
That's good.
How you got 6 kids in your house, your whole house white? It don't make sense. It don't. Where are the crayon marks? Like,
Where?
these are the things that show people that life lives here.
Yeah, that's good.
And if it's a marriage, that means it's God ordained. So you want your marriage and your relationship with your friends and your family to portray life. Life lives here. And social media is just a bunch of do this, do that, and it has you like overthinking and underthinking what marriage and raising children should look like.
Yes.
It's
Talk
just too
about it.
much. You literally open social media and it shows you everything that you're not doing. So just get off. Don't look at it for that. And my second thing is be open to what village looks like for you. Because sometimes it's auntie, uncle, cousin, and all of them. But most times it's that. But sometimes it's you got the TTs and your uncles and your friends. You got all these people stepping up for you, stepping up and being in place for you and your family. But sometimes our minds can get so wrapped around grandma not showing up like that you thought she would, or pastor so and so not showing up like you thought they should, or aunties and all of those people, when God is really showing you this village that you didn't quite know was there. Is really peculiar. So being open to the different aspects of what a village is, like, it's all help. It's all help. Sometimes, our family members, they're healing as well. They're going through something completely different in 2025. So just honoring what that looked like for them and for us, like accepting the village that God has put in place for us.
That's good.
Good job, baby. I'll be quick. One was keep your family out of y'all business, especially if you know your family is just gonna side with you regardless. Like, why are you just gonna talk to somebody that's just gonna side with you anyway?
Right. I'm in the
Just
amen
keep.
corner.
They ain't gotta know. They ain't gotta know everything. Just keep unless you got. Unless you have a healthy relationship and it's gonna be a non-biased situation. There's some exceptions, but for the most part, they don't gotta know all the ins and outs of what y'all got going on. Like it's your marriage, y'all can work it out. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I've always been like, keep them out of your business. So that's one. The second one was you handle your family and the other person handle their family, because it's gonna be times in your marriage to where somebody's family is overstepping in some kind of way that makes the other person comfortable, and they shouldn't have to come over and address your people. So you check, go to your spouse and say, hey, your family member did or XYZ happened. I was uncomfortable with it. And you handle your own family. You shouldn't put that burden on the spouse to have to handle that. And that was something we kind of learned along the way. We didn't know that, starting out, but it was kind of like, all right, this is something, a lesson learned. I'm gonna check my family, you check your family. We should, go at it that way. So those are two important things I say.
Y'all are a wealth of knowledge.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
Come on over.
I'm coming to the
We
Cooper's
look now. Let
house.
me say this too. We ain't got all the answers, and
No,
we ain't got
we
it all
don't.
figured out. This is what we done learned along the way. I don't want to
and
paint
from
that.
what
It
y'all
ain't
have
perfect
learned,
over yet. Okay. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
great
yeah.
nuggets as we are also, journeying and things. So thank y'all for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
Mm-hmm.
would
Clear
say,
path.
You just looked at me.
well, I would say, set your boundaries together.
Mm-hmm.
Know what is acceptable together. So, like, what might not offend him, and it offends me, then that's a boundary we have to set. It's not about personal
Mm-hmm.
preference, it's about the collective. So setting that before having kids is great, but even after kids, because sometimes you don't know what's triggering to you until you have your kids and you see certain things and like, ooh, I ain't like that. So
Mm-hmm.
like y'all been saying, the biggest thing is open communication and really figuring that out, but working together to set those boundaries. And I think that's my advice.
No, it's
That's
good.
good.
I mean, I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all done already said it. I was about to say, Tracy, I got a crayon mark right here up under the guitar, right here on the wall. It's real. Like your kids and that social media joint. Oh, you can literally get online and be like, "Oh, we're doing this wrong. We're doing this wrong." No, these are your kids. That works for maybe that one kid in the lifetime, but like literally every child is going to be different. Every family situation is going to be different.
Yeah.
You can't try to judge
Mm-hmm.
what you see and what they tell you what to do. Is like it's not going to be the same. So you just have to go at
Mm-hmm.
your own journey and don't stress about it at all.
Right.
Yeah. So any final thoughts?
Um, I'll just say make sure y'all, married for however long you've been married, have kids, no kids. Just make sure y'all carve out intentional time for each other. Like I
Mm,
said, we ain't figured out really the date night piece, but we have figured out making time for each other in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
as just husband and wife. So, like for an example, if we don't have anything on the calendar for a Saturday morning, the kids are fending for themselves for an hour or two, and we gonna lock our door in our room, and we gonna stay in our room. We gonna talk. We gonna watch TV. We gonna cuddle. We gonna whatever. I mean, whatever we gonna do, we gonna spend that intentional time with each other on that Saturday morning, just to kind of recenter with each other and lock back in. And that's like precious time for us, because like you said, I mean, we got three. So it's like they'll be okay for that little bit of time that we just, hang out with each other and be husband and wife. So I say that's very important. Just intentional time with each other, whatever it looks like. If it is date night, or if it's just hanging out at the house, if it's, watching a movie, if it's whatever it is, talking, just make sure that y'all have that time carved out.
Yep.
I love it.
Man, I echo everything Tristan said. I will also add to that. I think it's also important to allow your spouse to just be, because you're both different. So whatever it is that they need, like I need my quiet time. Akaya may need something that she needs. Just allow them to just be, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I love it.
That's good too. Yeah, that's very good.
I'm good. Just let me be when it's game night.
Leave him alone, Tam.
First of all, this is what they do. The band at the church, they say, Tam, we're having rehearsal tonight on the game. How you rehearsing on the game?
We talked through the songs.
They are
threes.
Just say we getting on the game, and I'll just be like, fine, I'm gonna go find something to watch.
He's building that camaraderie, so he knows where the drummer and where the pianist is going without them.
Exactly.
Listen.
Oh, he is speaking truth.
So
Oil.
So they throw up that sign. He know to do the key change.
No.
Right.
Live.
Don, text me your gamer tag.
Got you.
Wow.
I'm on a fast, but I mean, I got you. I will still send it to you.
Oh my.
Oh goodness. Yeah. You on a fast?
Now you on that Ramadan fast from sun up to sundown, because the sun just went down, so you good now.
Yeah,
I was told we can't do it at all. So I guess I'll be in here practicing and reading.
Well, thank you, Cooper family, for being with us tonight. It was a great time.
We enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it.
Thank y'all. Next time we're gonna do the fellas, all right?
Yeah.
What?
Hey.
We'll be fine with that. Take over.
Yeah. The women are our buffers. They keep us calm.
We do.
We do. So we'll let y'all record, and then we'll determine if we put it out.
It's all right. I'll post it. Like, this is what really happened, but it's okay.
Right.
Well, thank y'all again for being here on Unscripted TV.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
Yes. Until next time.
Like and
subscribe.
See y'all.
Bye.
What a time we had with the Coopers. It was so great to be able to just sit and talk with other couples about how we transition from marriage into parenthood. We hope that you gained something from this mini series, and we want to hear about it. So make sure you like and subscribe and you comment on our videos.